Hello, my name is V Sin, and this is a snapshot of Toukiden, the Age of Demons. Now this game came out on February the 11th, 2014 for the PlayStation Vita, and it's a Monster Hunter type game, a hunting game, a third-person action game, whatever the hell you want to call it. So, let's do the usual thing, settings. Camera settings, there are a crap ton of them. You have your standard or invert for camera, as well as rotation speed options. The thing I want to point out about rotation speed, though, is that the standard camera rotation speed is as highlighted. It's basically 1 bar above minimum. It's fairly okay when rotating, but when it comes to aiming for stuff like bows, chain and sickle, certain special attacks, whatnot, that amount of turn speed is extremely slow, and you won't even be able to keep up with boss movements. I put it all the way up to half, and I'll show you that in game why. Camera vertical reset. This is basically just whether or not you have the option to snap back to a horizontal camera. Right stick camera control, you can disable this if you want. I think this is mostly for people who are used to Monster Hunter and prefer clawing the camera, because you do have the option to use the pad for the camera, but I leave it on because, seriously, it's a Vita. Use the right stick. Targeting camera initial direction. This is another finicky one. Over shoulder means that you will always face in the direction that your character is facing when you decide to either reset the camera. So mainly tap L. Fixed, on the other hand, is you will continue to face in the same direction that you are currently focusing the camera. This matters for targeting. It can get really awkward. I prefer using fixed, but you'll have to get in game yourself. There is a demo available. You'll have to get in game yourself and take a look at it. Music, separate sliders. Balance is fine at that amount, but obviously if you want to blot out one or the other, you can do so. System settings, turn autosave on. I don't really see a reason not to. Data exchange, that is online functionality. I haven't explored it too much. I'm sorry about that. Rear touch, it's rear touch. I know that a lot of games have rear touch mapping, but the rear touchpad is just way too unreliable. Don't use this stuff, please. Touchscreen lower right, it's basically whether or not you wanted to open the Eye of Truth. That is a special mode in game. I'll show you that when we get there. But you have the option to turn it off. I prefer leaving it on because I'm just used to it by now. Network connection. This is a really nice one. English version basically locks your multiplayer, online multiplayer, to only the English version or other people who are using the English version. This is good mostly for ping reasons, because chat is basically pre-built chat, so you're not going to notice too much. But it's very nice for ping reasons, so that you can, at least you are prioritizing people in your area. That's about it. All is, if we get like 6 months, 1 year down the line, and the population drops, then you will want to turn on all to get a multiplayer match. But so far, I can get a multiplayer group in about like a minute, so it's pretty fast. Let's continue my save files. 17 hours, not too bad. Press start to display the character model. Yay. Let's get in here. Enough of the menus. Let's do more menus. No, yeah, I'm actually not kidding about that. Or quite a few menus. What do you expect? This is a loot-based system, or loot grinding, basically. So here you are. This is where the regular home is. Now, this over here is basically just a story log. Yay, story mission, story stuff. And we can ignore that mostly. This is also where you store all your various items. The pot in the middle is a save point. This is multiplayer functionality over here. I'm going to get to that later. But first of all, let's go into the gear. So you can see that I have this gear equipped, as well as all these various stats. Honestly, these stats on this window, those are almost entirely gear dependent. But let's just go through what this equipment is, because I need to get this out first. So first of all, it's your weapon. You have 6 different weapon types: long sword, dual swords, although for some reason they're all called knives, spear, fists, which I have none of, sickle, well, at least chain and sickle, and bows. Those 6 weapon types do have their own special combat styles. I'm only going to be showing you the chain and sickle and probably the bow, in 2 missions, because missions can take a little bit of a while. But basically, they all have separate styles. You also have a bunch of stats. Attack, then there's an element. In this case, this is Poison 83. If I go further down, the Birch Bow is Stun 80, for example. You know, all those various stats. So attack is obviously physical attack. Elemental is elemental attack or chance to proc a certain condition. Precision is crit chance. You can see various different crit chances on these weapons. Sockets. Now, sockets are basically your ability to increase your personal stats. It's a little bit tricky to explain. We'll pick the Infernal Warbow so I can show you what's going on here. So first of all, down here you have your Magtama slots. The maximum number of slots, as far as I know, is 3. You have 1 primary and up to 2 secondaries. The primary determines, well, your special combat thing. So for example, the battle style space, basically when you do a certain move, Ritual Purification, allies in range have their skill charge times shortened. There's also other ones like the attack one, which will charge your... They call it the focus bar, but it's really a stamina bar. They'll charge the stamina faster. Speed doesn't actually have a special combat thing. It just a description, blah, 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 other various things. The 2 sub-Magtama, on the other hand, you can see that there are all these boosts, basically. This is the only thing that the sub-Magtama actually give you. So in this case, you can see that Minamoto no Yorimitsu, he gives me attack up. This is a attack-specific boost, so it doesn't do anything. I'm mostly using him for the chain, which lets me cancel out of an attack animation using a skill. Obviously, you have all these crap... Like, I currently have 26 Mitama. I'm not sure how many there are in the game. I'd have to look up a wiki, but there are quite a few of them. Obviously, you can see the large variety, and I only have, like, 2 luck, 1 space, whatever. Now, here's the other thing that you should notice. You can see how, from top to bottom, on the right side of the menu list, it says, Honor Your Peace, Honor War. What the heck are those? Combination boosts. That's what they are. Now, for example, you can see that Himiko is a Your type. So if I swap this... I hate this menu. So if I swap the other 2 for 2 Your types... Now you can see combination boost activated. Triple set Your. In this case, it prevents me from being stunned. There are a bunch of special effects depending on which Mitama you combine in your slots. There's also another combination. It's not just that type. Let's see if I can find it. Sakamoto Ryoma and blah da da. Which one is it? I forgot. Yo, where are you? I can't remember. What was it? There we go. In this case, Bonds of Matrimony. These 2 Mitama, in Japanese, well, is it history or folklore? Like, it's a mix of them, really. But basically, these 2 are supposed to be married, so you get the Bonds of Matrimony bonus. Which, speaking of this bonus set, I'm going to go into Himiko for a second here. I'll just bring up this, and you can just press square. All of the Mitama are a part of either Japanese history or Japanese folklore. And I can cleanly say that, yes, some of them are folklore. For example, blah, blah. Urashima Taro. This is a fairy tale character. It says in the first line. So, yep, those are all. It's just, if you feel like learning Japanese history, there's a whole bunch of crap in here that you can deal with. Today I learned Himiko is actually an Aboriginal Japanese queen. I actually didn't know that before. Whatever. Well, let's change this back to the Hydrocycle. I'm just going to show that off for a bit. I'm going to quickly run around town, hopefully not spend too much time on it. This is the baths. Oh, good, it's red. I'm just going to show you this really fast. Basically, you can unlock this after a quest. You need pool entry cards. What is this for? Just boosts. In this case, it's mostly just you get a cutscene. With if it's red, it's female character. If it's blue, it's male characters. You can only go in when the gender of the pool matches your character gender. And then just yay, token lolly. Token lolly. I don't know, people call it fan service cutscenes, but it's insanely tame by most standards. You can see you get a boost, in this case Arcanum. Make it easier to achieve a precision strike when an agility charm is active. Basically means buffs given by agility Mitama. Head over this way. This is the Guardian Tree. Basically just talk to this guy, give him money. He says, yay, to do this. When you come back, he gives you items. You can eventually, quote, level him up, and he gives you better items and charges you more money and stuff. This is the guy you're going to be visiting a lot. This is Mr. Blacksmith. Now, obviously, create weapons, create armor. I already showed you the menus so for weapons and armor, so... Well, only the weapons, but still. So you can just make all these various weapons. Nothing too special. Again, create armor. You can make various sets of armor with varying stats. But what I'm going to show you is upgrade. What the heck is upgrade? Upgrade is one of two things. You can see, first of all, it's what you would expect. This sort of option is what you'd expect. You can upgrade a weapon to a different type. In this case, you can see it goes from having 1 slot to having 3 slots, gains more attack, but changes its type to earth. So in this case, I'm just going to make the Vermilion Knives. Also, it gives you the option to auto-equip. I'm not going to do it. I want to show you Chain and Sickle. But the other thing you can do with it is Fortify. Now, what the heck does Fortify do? What Fortify does is it increases the stats of the weapon without requiring you to grind extra items. What it does require you to grind, though, is missions. I believe weapon experience is dependent on the amount of times you hit stuff. It's either that or the amount of damage you do. I haven't managed to confirm it, but basically you have to use it more. Eventually, the weapon will gradually gain experience. Like, for example, you can see that this Freshwind Sword, if you can look directly below the Freshwind Sword text, the bar is half full. That means it's halfway to the next level. So, basically, when it boosts up, then you get to increase various stats. Depending on the weapon, it can be the attack, it can be the elemental damage, it can be the precision. If you get past a certain point, it can also increase the number of sockets. Basically, this is, quote, free weapon and armor upgrades. You can see, yay, I have Snowcap Robe +7. I have maxed Azure Helm and stuff. Obviously, even if you max it all the way, it's going to be worse than later game equipment, though, so, whatever. Enough with that guy. This guy's just a merchant. He sells common materials, as well as pool entry cards. Basically, I just make a point of always buying pool entry cards whenever I have the chance to, because they are consumed by going into the pool. You can get stat boosts from it and whatnot. He also sells basic weapons, also depending on your patronage level. Patronage level is just increased by buying and selling stuff from him. Basic weapons, basic armor, stuff like that. Ignore him. Over here, Shikimi. This is where you upgrade and pacify Mitama. Now, what the heck is this sort of option for? Well, first of all, upgrade is, as you level them up, they will gain more boosts, but you can only equip up to 3 boosts on each character. So, for example, I'm going to go down to, where the heck are you? Himiko. You can see I have those 3 boosts equipped. When I change it to here, though, you can see that you can see Alertness, Chain, and Warp Stock +5 are all grayed out. Those are the ones that I decided, no, I don't want to use those. I'm going to discard them in favor of something else. So basically, as they level up, you'll gain access to different boosts. You can equip up to 3, and they affect your stats. That's about it. That is also where Pacify comes into play. Pacify basically is where you want to reset them to change the boost that you picked. So for example, if I wanted to go Oh no Yasumaro, there we go. Then I said, oh, I want to have the taunt stock +1. Then I had to pacify him, drop him all the way back to level 1, and then re-grind all the boosts. Of note, though, is that a level 1 Mitama, when used as basically a skill set, doesn't inherently do more than a level 4. Like, if you have a level 4 with a whole bunch of useless boosts that do nothing for your current setup, then it's just as useful as a level 1 Mitama. It's all about the boosts when it comes to leveling. Alright, enough of that. Let's take a mission. Oh man, I spent 15 minutes on menus. Awesome. Another quick thing. There's this guy over here. I'm not going to show you this menu because it's laden with tons of spoilers. But basically, it just gives you info and a whole bunch of stuff. This is also where you can do prayers and just like give a certain amount of money, and you can get another boost out of it. I give it 100 Haku, and I get plus stats, ailments, whatever. Here's the mission counter. So you have missions and quests. Quests basically only come under two categories. They're either fetch quests or they're hunt quests. A quick tip is that if you have a hunt quest in your accepted list, that is the only way you can finish hunt quests. However, if you have one of the... See, all these various drop quests, fetch quests, those only require you to have items in your inventory, so you can just leave these untaken and then just take and complete them as soon as you get all the items. That's about it. Also, let's just get rid of this. Searching for the summit, because I already finished it. Let's see, do I have any quests I can take? Up, end of the world. I can finish this one out down here. Because as you can see, I didn't have it before, but that was just items. Anything else? Nope. Alright, let's get into a mission. Normally I would be picking Chapter 4, but those take way too long. So I'm going to do a Chapter 3 mission. Let's see. We'll do Harrowhalf. I'm using a chain and sickle, why not? Let's hunt a Harrowhalf. So in here, what you can do is you can basically pick up to 3 NPC party members. So you have all these various characters. I'm just going to pick these 3 because I always do that. So yay, there we go. Just pick them, then walk over here and start the mission. Whew. So let's see if I can finish this quickly enough. Here we go, we're in a mission. This is not an open world one. This is just you beat up the boss, basically. So I'm gonna do this real quick. Hold down R. You see this circle around you. Normally you use this to purify boss parts and enemies. Basically you get drops from them. Against certain bosses, what you can also do is you can purify boss parts so that they can't regenerate them, basically. You can also see that when I hold down R, those 4 options pop up. Energy, agility, vigor, and recovery. All Mitama have at least 10, well, not really at least 10, but all Mitama do have the recovery skill, basically just regenerates HP. The other 3, though, are special skills. For example, energy makes my energy recover more quickly. Agility, I believe it increases move speed and takes 1 hit. Vigor increases attack speed. Skills are different depending on Mitama. Now let's get in here, beat the crap out of the boss. Let's see here. Energy, vigor, agility. Take this out, and let's start beating the crap out of him. This is why I like the chain and sickle. You can go airborne with it so easily. This is also why I use the Agi spirit, because then you can just remain airborne for frickin' ever. Oh crap. Alright, just regenerate my energy a little bit. Mode back on. Latch back on. Climb, there we go. And just start beating the snot out of this boss. Harrowhalf does suffer from the fact that it just kind of doesn't move much. Oops. Get back up on him. And start beating up. Oops. Out of range. And I don't know. Here's the thing, because a lot of the boss fights kind of turn out like this. We just basically mash like crazy until you see a tell. I'm just gonna break his legs, I think. There we go. We'll break his legs. And I just have to wait for energy. Oh, sweet. There we go. Put this back on. Get back up on him. Okay. I'll just keep beating the crap out of him, I guess. Oops. Also, if you don't use that mode, just for the record, that's, oh crap, I'm gonna bounce me off, heal up real quick. If you don't use that mode, then you can't do the aerial chaining. You just have to drop back down like that, so use the mode, trigger it back up, aerial chain. And yeah, I guess this is one of the cheesier things because this is a really immobile boss, but I just wanted to pick something a little bit easier so that I can get through it without spending like 10 minutes on it. So you can see I did enough damage to that part in order to break it. Now let's quickly use the Eye of Truth. And you can see, for example, his arms are glowing yellow. The horns on his head are still glowing white. Obviously this is how much damage the boss has taken in certain parts. If you deal enough damage to a part, it'll break off. And then of course you can go up to the parts like this, purify them. You can see that the illusory part goes from being purple to being blue. That means that you can't regenerate it. When a boss loses parts, he basically loses parts of the moveset. At other times it can mean that after doing a certain move, the boss will become staggered. It depends from boss to boss. Let's get the energy back up. Mode. Let's beat the crap out of his arms again. I'm stuck on his armpit. Climb up a little bit. Keep doing more damage to him. And wait for that to end. Let's do this special move again. Aim for the horns. Nope. Yeah, I hate that sometimes. It's really hard to hit the boss in sweet spots sometimes. Like, seriously, it's really hard to hit the boss in sweet spots at times. It's just really annoying. But whatever. Let's do a few range attacks. Alright, do more attacks. Speed. More attacks. Like, I don't know. What else am I supposed to say here? I'm beating the crap out of the boss. Yay. Like, again, I guess I picked a crappy boss to demonstrate, because Harrowhalf is pretty immobile. Like this boss is actually quite a bit more stressful if you're using a bow, because then he really starts to like to target you and crap. Oh, shoot. What's his health looking like? Only halfway? Really? Well, I guess I better keep at it. There we go. Got his arm. Hopefully NPCs will start purifying for me. Alright, so now let's get his head. Ah, crap. Took way too much damage there. Is there a statue? Yep, around here. Okay, so use these abilities. Pray at the statue. Statue regenerates my skill uses. In this case. There you go. Now let's get back into the fray. Come on, get the damn horns. I want... Okay, sweet. NPC did it for me. Awesome. And now just keep beating crap out of him. Just stagger him for a bit. Back off to regenerate energy. And is there any parts I missed? Nope. Sweet. What the heck is the bit that he's missing? It's around... Oh, there it is. No wonder I didn't see it. Alright, let's just purify this so we can't regenerate it. Oop. I hate that laser beam. Get back up in the air. Break off for a second. I thought that was a tell. Okay, there we go, nice firing forward, so let's get back in here. Break off? Nope. Still not a tell. Huh. Guess I'm way off. Okay. Get back up on him. Beat the crap out of him. End the mission, hopefully. How much health is he on? Almost done. Get this, put the armor up just to be sure. Get back up. Come on. Die, you damn boss. There we go. Finally. Hey. Yep, that took 10 minutes. Fuck. That took way too long. I had to sit through this damn cutscene. There we go. Finally. Oops. It already expired. Never mind. And then you can just purify the boss for parts. There we go. And that's about it. Also, just in terms of world loot nodes, it uses shiny dots on the ground, not like, say, Monster Hunter, where you have to mine a node for a little bit. This is just you see a shiny thing, you pick it up. That's about it. 3, 2, come on, let's get this. Let's get this. Yay, we got it. Like, honestly, there isn't too much to say about that. As you can see there, you gain money. You also gain, well, I don't know. It shows the same icon as money, but it's basically money experience for these. That's how you level them up. And you can also get mission rewards. Yes, all parts bonus. Awesome. And then this is all your required materials and stuff. Honestly, I could probably cut the video off right here, but I'm going to show you a little bit more for the online mode in a second here. And mind you, I'm actually offline right now. So first of all, let's just walk over to this thing. There's one in your room, there's one out here. It's the ad hoc multiplayer, online multiplayer, and single player. Yeah, the multiplayer has a single player component. It's really confusing when you think about it, but still. Basically, what's going on here is that the multiplayer has a completely separate progression path from the single player. So in this case, you still have the desk over here. You can still have the guy you consult over there. And you still have the offerings over here. So I'm just going to give him another offering, because why not? What boost did I get? Sweet. Crits. And let's change the equipment. Oh man, I want to upgrade that. Oh well. Change the equipment to my Infernal War Bow. Show you a different playstyle here. These are much easier missions, so this shouldn't take too long. Let's see. Imps, Oni Horde, Oni. Let's do 10 rock shells, why not? This is a standard hunt multiple monsters mission. You have the option to pick your usual party member NPCs. There are also a bunch of pre-made NPCs down here. Who are these really, though? These are people I've run into online. Yeah. For example, this tiger guy was running a few missions with them last night, I believe, and stuff like that. These are all people that you've run into online, but I'm just going to pick the regular NPCs because I don't know, I like the regular NPCs. They look prettier in terms of models and stuff. There you go. Let's get into this mission. And then after this, I'll wrap it up. Should I really be showing you the bow playstyle? I don't know. I guess watching the bow is like watching paint dry. So whatever, this is your regular hunting mission. You can see that in the top right corner of the minimap, there are multiple zones available. You can obviously take out these small monsters. I'm using the vision mode on small monsters. You can just see their health bar, basically. And just do damage to them, take care of them. Yay. Fat loots. All the fat loots. Now then, let's find some turtles to kill. Run past this. Yeah, I'll just run past this. I don't know, a lot of this seems to be, at least for raw completing the missions, all you really have to do is just run past everything that's not the mission and only hit the mission objectives. In other cases, though, if you're, say, wanting to farm for parts and a certain mission spawns more of a certain monster that you're wanting to farm, then obviously you can just run around and farm monsters, but whatever. So the bow playstyle revolves around curse marks, basically. You mark them like that with a curse, and trigger the curse and do tons of damage. Alright. Take care of them 2 shots. Deal with you. That's 2. Bows you actually have auto lock, thankfully, which makes it quite a bit more convenient versus, say, having to manually aim in Monster Hunter. But then you also have free aim if you so desire, like this. So yay, free aiming. Oh, he died fast. Just of note, the cursed arrows, those actually have a, like, if you just do this, they have a flat trajectory no matter what. They will always fly in the exact same trajectory. If you want to alter the trajectory, then hold it down a bit longer and start aiming. And then you can change the distance at which it flies. Or you can use auto lock to automatically adjust it for you. Nope, none of these are stuff I want to kill, so just run past everything. Yay, use the Mitama ability to just warp a short distance ahead. Alright, I forgot to show you off the cool thing about this Mitama. Let's head in the other zone first. So you can head over here. Special attack. Yay. It's a suction field, so basically you can just suck them all into the same spot and then deal with them like this. Also, there's the auto purify field, as well as warping. Oops. Oh, right, because I have a special ability that warps me back to the, I have the special boost that warps me back to the... What the hell is it called again? Sanctum. There we go. Whatever. Let's get out of here. Do we have turtles? No turtles. Keep going. I don't feel like grinding these guys. I've already ground out a lot of them. Oh, yeah, I should probably go this way. Head this way. More turtles? Turtles. Excellent. Okay. Damn you. Don't do that. Go. You. And deal with you. There we go. There's only one turtle here? Really? Oh well. Going to the next zone, there should be a bunch of turtles in here. Yeah, I hope. Let's see. Yep, there are 2 turtles over there. Deal with you. Doop. 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 There we go. 5 remaining. Finish hunting the rest of these buggers. Ah, damn it. Missed. Nope, had to fire this manually then. Nope, already down. You know, I'm probably boring you with a lot of this footage, and to be honest, like, for example, standard hunting, might as well get into the critique. Standard hunting, just hunting random monsters or grinding them up, is exceedingly dull. Like, the monsters themselves, even though you saw one hit me, the rest of them really aren't aggressive at all, so they're of no threat, even if you're in the middle of a boss mission and you have monsters around you. They also go down like chumps once you get higher level weapons, but earlier on in the game, like these little guys, they take an obscene amount of hits with a very, very, very starting weapons. Again though, once you have better Mitama, better weapons with higher fortify ranks and stuff, then it does go by much faster. You can clear them out pretty quickly. I can clear them out much faster when using a sword, but I just wanted to show you how the bow works. Because I know that a lot of people are probably interested in seeing the bow. And quite frankly, like, everyone and their mother is using either the long sword or dual sword, so might as well show you something a little bit different. Although, to be fair, Chain and Sickle is also pretty popular, just because all the flying around. Oh boy. Leave attack first. Go. Also, yeah, you may have noticed, even with the Chain and Sickle, my attacks are pretty damn formulaic. I suppose that's how it goes. I will say, though, that every attack in your moveset does have a time and place for, like, using them. For example, using this full charge is... I find it better for taking care of small guys or wanting to snipe off a specific spot on a boss. But if you want to, say, just do tons of boss damage, what you would do is charge this curse all the way up to maximum, like this, and then either multi-lock, or you would 1, 2, 3 press as a triangle, and then do that fountain thing to trigger all your curse marks, for example. Obviously, different playstyles for different enemies and stuff like that, right? And overall, I would say that the highlight of this game would probably have to be boss hunting. Because I think you can tell just by looking at me, and I just said it, regular monster hunting is fairly dull. Like, none of these are really pose much of a threat. Even if I were to be running around naked without any armor, I don't think any of these guys would do any damage, or at least not do a noticeable amount of damage. Whereas boss fights are really the primary attraction of this game. They really are. And boss fights and grinding up their parts so you can get nice boss weapons in order to do all the crazy stuff. Oh, I totally forgot to mention it, but there is in fact a relationship system in this game. Basically, you just use characters often enough, you gain relationship points with them. If it goes high enough, then they will give you their Mitama. You get their Mitama. If it goes even higher than that, then you can craft their unique weapon and stuff like that. That's about it. But I don't know, in terms of weapon progression, it's quite a bit better than at least many other offerings out there. And yeah, this is a game in the hunter genre. You are looking at games where you want to be able to, well, hunt a lot. I mean, in terms of gameplay hours, based on how much time I spent on the story mode, I would say that the story takes up about 30 hours. In terms of the overall replay value, though, I've heard that platinuming this game takes about 300 hours. So what you're looking at is roughly 300 hours worth of game 300 hours worth of gameplay value. And the platinum is basically complete absolutely everything, so yeah, it's a rough hard cap of about 300. So yeah, that's about it. Would I recommend this game? I would probably say yes, assuming you like games in this genre. You have to enjoy the idea of going out there, hunting monsters to grind their parts. Because like, you can only see, for example, 2 mission types here, so I'm going to get out of here and re-show you the mission list. But boss monsters, you do get a decent variety as you go throughout the story, but quite a few of them are also recycles. So let's go into missions, chapter 4. For example, you see that there is, where is it? Blood Hunter. Attack of the White Spider. Blood Hunter is actually just a variant of Manhunter. Like, it's just literally a recolor and reskin. So, but even then, you still have a fairly decent chunk of different monsters. Like, if we go through here for a second, I'll go down here. You can see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different boss types that I've encountered so far. Which isn't too bad, and I believe they're, again, I'm only halfway through the story mode, so I'm guessing there are around 14. I've looked at lists, but I can't tell the difference between clones and actually unique ones, so I'm just going to guess it at around 10 to 14 unique boss monsters, all with varying stats and stuff, so yeah, decent boss variety. So yeah, what I recommend? TLDR, it's for people who want a hunting game, you know? In terms of whether or not this would be good as, say, a Monster Hunter replacement, I would say that this is the closest thing you will get to a Monster Hunter replacement without actually being Monster Hunter. So, TLDR, Hunter fans, this is probably the game you've been looking for. Everybody else, just be aware that it is a grindy sort of game. If you like grinding, though, you will enjoy it. My name has been V Sin. Thanks for watching.